Ronin talk. We
back.
still do it. We swear. Right? We're back. It's been a while. Thank you for your patience.
Yep.
Real quick before we get started, we gotta shout out Tyson and Boyan. You know, you guys went out there, went out to Panama, did your thing, man.
Shout out to our guy Boyan. He's gonna go for that title. It was an amazing fight. Shout out to our guy Paul for his new mixtape coming out, Views from the Sing.
Here we go.
We rate that. The second blackest member of the group. Congratulations on Smacked Edibles, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
So, not the second blackest member. We will get into that later.
Hey, you made a good argument.
It's International Fight Week.
Yep.
We got a wicked card coming up on Saturday. Let's go from the top. Most important fight: the GOAT, Jon Jones versus Thiago Santos.
This should be an easy fight for Jones. I saw an interview where he said he wished he was more nervous.
Yeah.
Which I agree that it's not good when you're not nervous, especially against a dangerous fighter.
Yeah.
But he said the same thing about Anthony Smith, and we saw that played out.
Yeah.
So for me, that's just another fight where we're waiting for the news we supposedly got, which said he's willing to go up to fight DC.
Right.
To me, this is just a sparring session till then.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the only real fight I want to see Jones in is a fight at heavyweight at this point. I'm not interested in seeing him fight light. He's basically fighting middleweights who have to come up because of the weight cut rules. This doesn't excite me.
It doesn't. Thiago Santos, just like any other fighter in a heavier division, has a puncher's chance. Of course,
and he's a freak athlete. He's dangerous.
He's a dangerous guy. He has 18 knockdowns in the
He's been knocking everybody out, but
Yeah.
Anthony Smith was too, and there's a lot of guys that are true light heavyweights that were doing this, and we've seen what Jon Jones has done.
Yeah.
So for me, obviously it's always good to watch the GOAT fight, but this is a sparring session.
Yeah, I think he just technically picks him apart.
I'm not overwhelmed by this. So like I said, I hope the news we got about him willing to go up to fight DC is true.
Yeah.
In all fairness, that's the only fight I'm interested in seeing him in.
Fair enough.
If I'm being honest.
All right, so that was quick, easy.
Yeah, there's nothing really to talk about.
This one is actually what I'm more excited about. The female GOAT in Amanda Nunes fighting Holly Holm. I'm pretty realistically, Amanda Nunes has cemented her legacy.
I think she wins this fight.
She's already beat the two most dominant females to ever compete in MMA.
Yeah.
Holly Holm is just a cherry on top. How do you see this one going?
So this is the thing. Holly Holm lost to Cyborg because Cyborg's such a freak. Mm-hmm. Holly Holm's a very technical fighter. She obviously doesn't have the power that Amanda Nunes has.
Yeah.
The one reason I say that Holly Holm might have a chance is that Amanda was able to catch Cyborg rushing in. Mm-hmm. I think Holly Holm is more of a point fighter,
right,
and she's not Ronda. So this could be a matchup thing where the length, the ability to stay on the outside, we could get surprised and she just beats Amanda in just a straight kickboxing match.
Yeah. And
the reason Cyborg beat her is because one, Holly Holm couldn't make her pay the same way.
No.
Amanda can make you pay if you rush in. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, for Amanda, you want Cyborg to rush in on you. You don't necessarily want to be chasing Holly Holm.
Right.
So that's the one thing that makes this fight interesting to me is that I feel like matchup-wise, it's possible. I'm still taking Amanda, but I wouldn't be blown away if we see Holly Holm have her best performance and just out kickbox her for 5 rounds.
I think that's the key to Holly.
I think that's the only way she does it,
To Holly to win this fight, you got to try and nullify Amanda Nunes' power, so she's got to throw a lot of leg kicks. I see her throwing a lot of body kicks to hopefully draw her hands down and then throw that question mark kick.
And listen, she was doing good against Cyborg. It's just that it was one of those things where she would land multiple punches and then that one punch would hit her and she had to run, right? And that's the issue you're gonna get with Cyborg.
She kind of got cracked with Jermaine Durandamy as well,
and so that's why I think Amanda for sure win. But like I said, in this sport, especially in this division at that high level, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. And we don't know how Amanda's gonna react to that's a high. Coming, we don't know how she's gonna react to coming back and fighting Holly Holm, who's obviously a legend, but she's not Cyborg.
She's not a cemented legend.
You killed the boogeyman. So that's the only thing I can think of that why this could happen. But I'm picking Amanda to win that fight. I think she's the greatest female fighter of all time.
Yeah, I see that happening too. Question: Amanda wins, does she retire? What's there left to do?
I don't think so. I think she's too young. I think she's still wants more.
She's talked about it. But
we got to remember, and this is something bare knuckle fighting has shown us this. They don't pay you very much in the UFC. No. And I don't think she's made enough money to retire yet. Yeah. I think she can do more. I don't think you can retire right off of those two fights. Yeah. I think you have to have a run. You have to do more. Yeah. It's unfair that obviously people like Ronda, who was the first, got that attention, but Amanda's not making enough money to retire. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
And like I said, watching the foolery, and I know we didn't plan on talking about this, but since I had to bring it up. I'll admit I watched the bare knuckle fight between Paul Malignaggi and Artem.
I bootlegged it though. I refused.
And you know what's crazy? I remember watching this interview. I think it was Bashirun who said that he thinks the future of MMA is that they're gonna circle back to the way UFC 1 was, where it's more brutal. And this was his logic. And now watching what bare knuckle is doing, his logic was when MMA first started, it was so untechnical, right? That it was brutal, right? You know what I mean? Nobody really understood. Now as they've gotten the weight classes and it's become a more technical sport, now people seem to be okay with the brutality as long as there's technique involved. Bare knuckles, like Paul Malignaggi coming out to fight, you know, this guy was a world champion.
Yeah.
This guy fought Adrian Broner. This guy like was a legit champion.
Yeah.
You know, you have tons of ex-UFC fighters fighting on it. The idea that this is the direction that fighting is eventually going, like their shows have gotten better each time.
Yeah.
And dude, they have Rumble Johnson working for them as like a security guard.
Yeah, I mean,
this is what something Brendan Schaub brought up, and I want you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
Francis Ngannou, Anthony Johnson, a bare knuckle boxing match.
Yeah.
Would you watch?
I'll be the first one there.
Can you think of a heavyweight fight in the UFC that you'd watch over it?
John Jones versus DC.
That's it?
Yeah.
And even then,
okay, but
I might watch that the next day.
No, I know, but in all that's sick for you to say. But
if you had the option to only watch one and you can't watch the other one,
oh, DC. I have to watch DC.
So you
gotta remember, and
you're going to watch the third fight when we've seen Jones beat twice, and you don't
heavyweight.
But
if it's light heavyweight, I'll watch it the day after.
Ngannou versus Anthony Johnson bare knuckle. Someone could die.
Yeah, I know. You gotta understand, man. When it comes to the heavyweight division, I don't like those types of comparison because the heavyweight division has been a waiting.
I think you're lying.
No, the heavyweight division has been a very shallow.
So how do you think the DC Jones fight would go at heavyweight?
I don't know. What happens when 245-pound DC doesn't have to?
No, I want to see too, but like. I think I'm lying to say one. I want to see Anthony Johnson.
Remember, I'm not saying I don't want to see that fight. But if you're giving me ultimatums, I'm gonna stick to Jones because Jones is my favorite fighter.
So is it fair to say that's like the only fight that I can't think about UFC fight like?
But that's exactly my point that I just made, right? The heavyweight division's always been very shallow, so there isn't much to do there.
And Brendan Schaub brought that up. I remember I'm fighting the kid, and I remember thinking like, oh my god, he's right. Like, there's very few UFC fights that I would pick over that.
There's very few heavyweight.
They have Antonio Tarver, a legend who knocked out Roy Jones. They have Chris Lytle. Like they have guys who are like these are legit people from both sports.
Now, what I want to see is where their roster is, say 4 years from now, because right now they have all the old gatekeepers. Your Chris Lehman.
Well, it's sad when you have guys saying they made more money doing this than fighting the UFC. That broke my heart.
Definitely.
When I heard guys like Knight saying that, when I heard Artem talking about that, like I was like, really?
Fair. Well, obviously Josh Neer, Chris Lytle, those guys are from before even Fox.
Yeah, they're dope, but like Artem,
for sure,
Artem is weird.
Artem is weird.
Artem was a boxer. They get big money. They said he cleared 7 figures.
Really?
This is a mob thing. There's no way these guys are paying these guys legally.
No, they can be, because if you look at even the like one of the guys that was like one of the chairmen of the company, he got in trouble for some kind of fraud stuff.
Yeah,
this is 100% like bootleg.
And so this is the thing that people are saying. Like, I've heard people now talk about something that's been going on for years is the way they don't like the judging. They want to go back to the old Pride judging. Remember that whole thing? Mm-hmm. I've been one of the people who said that forever. I'm a wrestler. I don't like the idea if I take you down for 2 rounds and do no damage and you pummel me in the third, I don't think I won the fight. And this is a guy who's won most of the fights by taking you down. Like, I have to admit, if you hurt me, damaged me in the third, and all I did was take you down, I didn't win the fight. Okay, but I won the MMA competition. And this is this is what you're saying. Pride rules, kicking in the head. We're seeing that in Asia. They love it. I wouldn't be against that.
I don't know why kicking the head wouldn't be legal. I mean, if I could kick you standing up, like, why can't I soccer kick?
And then the bare knuckle thing, like as a fighter, a coach, as a fan, I don't see it taking off. I don't think these guys. I think hands would break way more now. I totally agree. The problem was the argument that kept being made was the reason they're breaking a hand and it's a problem is because they have to fight the same night. And you always constantly hear people say is that the gloves make you punch harder.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying this is the direction, but I remember
It's a good argument.
Don't know for sure if it was. I think it was Boston who said it. I think that because the sport was so brutal, you had to spoon feed it to everybody by now making divisions of gloves. But now what we're seeing from hardcore fans is they're willing to watch bare knuckle fighting. You're hearing people say they love the old Pride rules. Yeah. They love the old Pride judging. Like, it's a weird thing to say.
But that goes back to something Dana White said where he says fighting is in our DNA. Because realistically, if you and I right now, say we were at the Raptors versus Golden State game at the ACC, right? Say there was only 20 seconds left. Stop smiling. I'm still wearing my Golden State hat. Say there's only 20 seconds left in the game. If a fight breaks out, we're gonna turn and look at that fight.
So now this is another thing. This is another thing. If you have the option to watch the same fight, but one is bare knuckle MMA, everything, or with gloves, aren't you interested in seeing what it looks like with bare knuckle?
I'm interested.
As Twist says, it said like
I'm interested.
So even if it's in Ngannou, even if we're just talking about UFC, like John Jones versus DC bare knuckle, can I say I wouldn't watch that? Like, is anybody not gonna watch that?
No, anyone who says they're not gonna watch is lying.
Because I watched the
That's a lie. To say you're not gonna watch any bare knuckle, you're not. That's a lie.
And I heard the numbers. There was a UFC fight that weekend. What was it?
Who fought? I remember you and I were talking at that time.
That's I'm not even being funny. The fact that I can't remember kind of is proving my point. I'm still talking about the small knowledge.
Well, the problem with UFC right now, I just feel, man, there's a UFC and music right now. The two things, like the way my life is set up, I can't.
But let's be honest. Do you remember what fight that was that weekend?
I really don't. I just remember texting you saying, "Yo, this fight is."
And crazy. That should be a sign.
Oh, Korean Zombie.
Okay, and that was an amazing fight.
That was.
It really should not have taken us that long to remember that. Artem Lobov and Zombie
versus more common.
Artem Lobov hasn't won a fight since when? He never deserved to be in the UFC. Paul Naji is a boxer who has been relevant years. Yeah. Yet I remember exactly watching it. I remember that fight. I remember talking crazy about it and still watching it. You get some higher level talent.
If they get higher level talent, I want to revisit this conversation. Then I could be swayed a little bit more. But for now, I think it's just a thing that's here.
Well, we shall see.
We shall see.
Well, listen, guys, we plan on being back a lot more this summer. Things kind of settled down. Yes, a lot of exciting things we're planning on working on. Once again, shout out to everybody at UCC down in Panama for showing love to my guy Boyan. We're going back down there in September.
Shout out everyone at Legacy, Kyle, Rob, everyone that helps make everything possible.
All the sponsors for the show, we really appreciate it. 100%. Shout out to our guy Paul. Can't wait for that mixtape. If you
Paul's the camera guy.
Be ready. It's a sing ting.
No, it's not.
It's a sing ting.
Be good, guys. See you soon.